Step into the kitchen, feel the heat. Evan's cooking up something good to eat. Tasty bites and flavors bold, spicy, sweet, and stories told. From mukbang feast to a brand new taste, one big bite, no time to waste. Every dish, a brand new quest. Welcome to the Zesty Fest. Here is Evan Zesty, take a seat. Good vibes, good food, can't be beat. Flavors pop and plates so clean. Welcome to the foodie scene. Grab your fork, take a bite. Evan Zesty's live tonight.
Hi Zesties, how are you? I am doing terribly. I messed up my apartment. My back's been kind of hurting because I got rear-ended while I was in the car with someone else, and I forgot that not only in Florida do you have to be careful driving. Driving here is way crazier than any other state. But you should be wary of letting people drive you if they're from Florida. Like if they're from some other state and they moved here, that's fine. But if they're from Florida, that's a no. But I guess, you know, I learned my lesson. But you know, I was feeling fine and for like a week. This happened like a week ago. I was feeling fine for like a week, right? And then, you know, randomly, like yesterday, my back started hurting, so I don't know, I'm just hoping that, you know, I'm fine, it's just a little sore, or whatever. So, I'm really down and depressed, and my neighborhood keeps getting just worse and worse. Like today a South Florida style thing happened, something that I say, oh, this doesn't happen in Tampa, right, because Tampa's way nicer, and like, there's no crime here, it's perfect, right, in comparison to South Florida. But something that happens in South Florida happened to me today, which is like, well, like almost a road rage situation, but it's just so crazy. The drivers are so nuts here. It's like, if there's anything I dislike about Florida, I think that's it, the driving situation. But I like living in the Freedom State, so I don't want necessarily there to be like laws here, but you know, it just makes driving very dangerous because pretty much in Florida you can drive however you want. You can go hundreds of miles, weave in between the lanes, and there's like no problem. You'd have to go like 200 miles per hour here for them to stop you. So, you know, the whole driving situation is very dangerous here. I feel like they skipped me on the salad. Maybe I'm just tripping. By the way, I got the blue salad from Zaxby's, a birthday cake milkshake. Oh, it's not on the screen, sorry. And then free fried cheesecakes that came with the $15 order. No, $16 order. Do your thing, Zaxby's. This is exactly what I needed. I got the chicken tossed in blazing garlic buffalo, and the combo of that with the blue cheese dressing, oh, really good. But anyway, so like today, there was, when you go into my apartment complex, it's one way. Like, this is really thick and hard to suck. But anyway, it's one way, right? You can only drive one way. And when I drive in, there's this car speeding towards me the wrong way. And I'm tripped out because, you know, I just had this like rear ending incident, and I've just had so many incidents. Like driving in Florida is so extremely dangerous. that I'm just always on edge if I'm driving. Like that's how you have to be in Florida. Because if you're not eyes open, head on a swivel, whatever, they're just gonna crash into you. You know what I mean? You have to just constantly be like extremely vigilant because, you know, you can drive however you want here, and there's a lot of negatives that go along with that. So this guy comes driving the wrong way, speeding towards me, and all I can do is honk. Right? And so the guy stopped. I drove past him. He rolls his window down and starts yelling shit at. Oh, I cussed. I'm sorry, Zaxby. Starts yelling things at me. And I'm just like, oh, I used to live in Broward County. I know how this goes. I'm not getting in any type of road rage fight or anything, you know? So, you know, then the guy turns around and he starts following me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. Here's a South Florida situation. That's something that would happen all the time in South Florida. You know, not only will the drivers drive all crazy, but if you get in their way or honk at them or whatever, they'll start following you. Probably want to fight you or whatever. So I was like, I'm not stopping at my apartment. You know, I don't want these, you know, weirdos that are screaming at me to know where I live. So I like circled around my complex until I lost them. But they were like yelling stuff out the window at me. I couldn't quite catch what they were saying, but I think they were Cuban saying stuff to me in Spanish, but I couldn't quite like understand it. I could just hear the Cuban like intonation of their Spanish. But I eventually lost them. And then, you know, went home or whatever. But it's like, you know, gosh, my apartment complex has just gotten so bad. I mean, it was like okay when I moved in. I'm not gonna lie and say this place was nice. Like, it's not a very nice apartment complex, but whew, but it's really gone bad. And now I feel even more dumb about fumbling this studio. And you know, now I feel like I have to focus on work, because if I'm gonna move to a new apartment, I have to show them my recent pay stubs or whatever. And obviously I want them to be high. But like, you know, like listen to all this that I just told you right now. This is Florida. This is living in Florida. So all this has kind of made me think about Mississippi again, because it's like, you know, there you don't have to fight for an apartment and it's $1,200 for a little studio, and then if you wait a day too long for the application, they're going to give it to someone else, and it's all cutthroat, and you know. About the driving, I can't really say anything because they drive pretty crazy in Mississippi as well. And like, you know, and especially when I made my Cajun food the other day. And it just made me think how if I were there, I could take my cooking way more seriously, you know? I'd have access to fresh seafood every day and whatever. To be honest, I'm surprised the seafood's not popping here in Tampa. I don't quite get that, but you know, I'm just in this weird place in my life where it seems that everything is against me, and there's like I have all these decisions to make and none of them seem correct. Every decision seems like the wrong one. You know? Woo. Woo. That is spicy, and that is tangy, and that's flavorful. That's some punch you in the face flavor. But hey, you know what? At least I can still cook and eat. But it's like, oh my gosh, you know, all this stuff that's been happening makes me feel like I just need to stay inside. But I'm suffering here too with my crazy neighbors. But you know, I'm so tripped out about this rear-ending incident, and then I go out and it's like some crazy guys wanting to like road rage fight me or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Maybe I should just go out to the country of Mississippi, buy my camper, and cook to my heart's content. You know, the camper thing isn't the best idea, or like that's not what I wanted for my life. But at least I wouldn't be trapped in this like renter scenario, which just has me feeling kind of like hopeless, you know. Man, it's crazy how bad the economy got. It's like, geez. It's like impossible to buy anything, rent anything, do anything. Woo, that was intense. Whew. Dang. All right, I'm really excited to try these fried cheesecake bites. I don't even really know how to like show you guys, but I don't even care. So these are fried cheesecake bites with like a strawberry syrup. Pretty good. I'm kind of beating myself up because I'm like, I should cook and make videos. Oh, but I'm about to upload that Cajun, what was it? Blackened flounder with crawfish sauce cooking video. But you know what? It's Friday night. I don't drink or party or anything like that. So I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie, they didn't skimp on this milkshake at all. This is not ending. They didn't skimp on these cheesecake bites either. But yeah, my life is just so crazy and such a disaster. I don't know what to do at all. I really don't, Zesties. And then this incident right now with this like road rage guy just makes me realize how hopeless I am. You know, it's like, oh, I live in this crappy apartment complex where there's all this like crazy stuff going on. Now, because it wasn't like that when I first moved here. When I first moved here, this was like a retirement place. Like everyone was old and quiet. Now it's turned a little iffy, you know. You know, then I'm thinking of like, oh, well, where do I go? And it's like, I don't really have any good options here. The studio was a good option, but I don't know. There was a lot of stuff I didn't like about that either. And I hate that you know, here's the thing. If I stay in Florida, I'm stuck to like the most bottom of the barrel apartments and stuff. So now I'm right back to thinking maybe Mississippi is a good idea. I could have a more relaxed life. More peaceful or whatever. Jesus, milkshake really doesn't end. It's like a never-ending milkshake. Oh, but anyways, Zesties, I hope you're all doing great. And although life has me really down and I have a lot of like serious problems at the moment, I'm happy to be able to eat some Zaxby's. If you live anywhere with a Zaxby's, you definitely need to go. And talk with my wonderful Zesties. We are 1,000, road to 1,000,000. Zesty Nation will rise. Mark my words. Zesty Nation will rise. Bye, Zesties.